What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Out of the Darkness. I am Q. So, yesterday I talked a little bit about the situation that went down in Tulsa over the weekend and the new Black Panther Party and their outlandish assault and words and threats against white Americans. And I was moved to talk about it simply because I want to see healing in this nation, but I don't want to see healing. You can't have true healing through lies. And you also can't have true healing unless you yourself, you cannot change the world until you change yourself. And so always look to be the solution to your own problem. Because when you have to go and ask other people to be the solution or to be the change that you want to see, you are fighting from behind. So I was reading a story about a young man by the name of Rashard Turner. He's right here in Minnesota, where I'm currently at, and in Minneapolis. And he said that I believed in the organization. So he says in 2015, I was the founder of Black Lives Matter in St. Paul, Minnesota. He says, I believe the organization stood for exactly what the name implies. Black lives do matter, he said. However, after a year on the inside, I learned they had little concern for rebuilding black families. I was an insider in Black Lives Matter, and I learned the ugly truth. The moratorium on charter schools does not support rebuilding the black family, but it does create barriers to a better education for black children, he added. I resigned from Black Lives Matter after a year and a half, but I quit working to improve black lives. I didn't quit working to improve black lives and access to great education, he said. So I chose actually to work with Blexit, okay, the Black Exodus of the Democrat Party. That's with Brandon Tatum and also with Candace Owens. It was important for me because I do believe that Black Lives Matter just as much as every other life matters, right? But it was important to me because I felt that Blexit was looking to do the same thing, only to free black people from the atrocities that have been done to them by the Democrat Party and by the liberal mindset and by being victimized. I feel that what the left has attempted to do is the left has attempted to keep people enslaved by their past in order to greatly hinder their futures. And so while you are so busy trying to get justice for what happened to your ancestors in the past, you are no longer looking for how can I make life better for my family today. People don't want to hear this, but that's what Trump did for Black America. Lowest unemployment. He was also working so hard to ensure that not only the black people had good paying jobs, but all people, Americans, had good paying jobs. But in addition to that, working so hard to ensure that that young black kids that were even in terrible neighborhoods, that they had access to charter schools, that they weren't a slave to the educational system, the public educational system in many of these rundown inner cities. And so giving people opportunities, opportunity zones, helping people to start businesses in lower income areas, all of those things were things that happened under President Trump. In addition to, no one talks about, but giving people an opportunity for prison reform. I mean, he put that together. Prison reform to help people who were over incarcerated to get out of jail sooner and to put them on a path to redemption. But the media never wanted to talk about that. Black Lives Matter doesn't care about black people. Black Lives Matter only cares about Marxism and pushing that Marxist agenda. And Marxism has always had an oppressor and the oppressed. And the oppressed will be all of us. The oppressor will always be the elites. They are not looking to make life better for all. They are looking for equality, but equality of misery. And so I'm glad that people like Rashad are starting to see the truth. Guys, this is why it's so important for us not to get caught into the weeds, but for us to focus on building each other up. Don't worry about black and white. That is the devil. That is a lie. God created one race, the human race. Darwinism and Marxism brought racial tension. they are the ones that introduced this idea of race. Because if you have different races, you can then claim that one is inferior to the other. We all bleed red. There is one blood. There is one Savior, and there is one God. And if we will all unify under that umbrella, there is no end to the amount of healing and the amount of good that we can accomplish. But we have to put away childish things. This idea of fighting each other over the amount of melanin in our skin, the amount of pigment in our skin, is silly. Let's restore our homes. Let's restore our families. Let's keep fathers in homes. Let's give people equal opportunities. Not equal results, that's unnatural, but equal opportunities. Let me know what you guys think about this. I applaud this young man, but let me know what you guys think. Comment, like, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Have a great day.